The lady who controls the Yellowstone webcam at Old Faithful, she's swinging it all around. She just had it on the cabins. She rarely does it. And by the time I can get the cell phone camera out and get it to turn on, she swung it away. Now she's focusing on that dumb sign. But she rarely goes. Old Faithful's right here. The cabins we stay at are right there. And she swung the cabin all the way over where I can see them. Oh, it just does my heart good to see those. It's like this. It's the characteristic symbol of summer for me, because we stay in there for a couple of weeks. Now she's focused in on the no bicycle sign. And now the ground. That no dog thing, boy, they take that serious now. You can't have a dog pass that line where that sign is. When I first started going there, you could walk the dogs on the boardwalk up there. Now they're telling you not to use your cell phones and all that stuff. And I took the dogs up there. I had that dog stroller, and I put them both in the dog stroller and went down that boardwalk. And man, that ranger was on me that quick. No dogs on the boardwalk. I said, they're not on the boardwalk, they're in the stroller. And he didn't know what to do, because they're not on the boardwalk. They were in the stroller, Shaggy and Patchy. But I didn't want to push the issue. I got out of there. It was one of those things they didn't know what to do, because nobody had ever done it before, which is usually my MO. But you know, what's it hurt? I don't get the whole point of that. It's like, if they're in the stroller on a leash and I'm in control of it, right here is where I had them. In fact, I walked from over here all the way around, and I got to about here when the guy was on me. He came from over here. I just didn't see the point. I'm like, they're under my control. They're inside of a stroller. Oh man, this just does me good to watch this. You don't know how much it means to me to have this camera. Now she's focusing in on the lioness group over here. There's Beehive, and then there's lioness group back here, and these geysers. And you know how in my videos I always talk about the wood line? Right in here is the wood line that leads to the rear of Upper Geyser Basin. But that's Beehive. Old Faithful's over here. The cabins are over here. It just gives me, I would pay a membership fee to have, I'm not going to say that because I'll think about it, but to have access to this camera, because it's live video footage into Old Faithful. There's nobody there. Here's the boardwalk that goes all the way around. There's nobody there this time of year. I would love to be there. I would give $500 real dollars if I could transport myself there and take my walk all the way through Upper Geyser Basin. I honestly would. I'd write a check for $500. All you gotta do is let me take my, it'd be a couple-hour walk all the way through the wood line, all the way in the back. I'd have my bear spray. The bears are hibernating, but still, I'd have my bear spray with me. You never know. There's wolves and stuff out there. They could be hungry. And I talked to this old farmer there this year, and he said, all it's going to take is for those wolves to figure out that, number one, they're going to get hungry enough that they can eat a human, and then it's game on. He said, because he's a rancher out in Montana, so he knows the wolves, It's like all it's going to take. So I definitely have my bear spray with me. I'm listening to CW here. Okay, she's moving the camera. This is Old Faithful. Come on, please go to the cabins. That cabin footage was like a once in a 1,000 times that she would ever do the cabins. And I was like, she's getting closer now. I'm like, please move over. If she goes a couple more notches, we'll have the cabins. And I wanted to get it on video so I could watch it anytime I wanted to. But by the time I got the camera out and hit the play button, and then it takes this long pause before it records, she had moved it away. I guess there's one lady, she's off-site. She's like a big money donator, but she controls this camera. I talked to the rangers this summer. It took me a while to track down what was going on because nobody really knew. But I finally figured out, who to talk to. So she's off-site. They said they can call her if they want to and have her focus on something. I guess she's a big money donor to whatever, so I wish I had her email address. You say, I'll send you $10 just to turn this camera towards the cabins. Now she's got it up in the trees. But you can see, this is one thing you can see. There's a tree line here. And there's actually geysers back in there. You can see the steam coming out from within. It's not just the steam that's here, but there's actually, if you look, there's actually steam coming out in there. It's called Solitary Geyser. It's back there. And it's like a 2-mile hike. I think it's 2 miles round trip to Solitary Geyser, and it's pretty scary because you're in the, you know, in the tundra in there, and there's grizz and wolves and everything else. It's called Solitary Geyser. I'm hoping she's going to move the camera. This is kind of pointless right here. Over to the cabins, and they were all full of snow. They're closed. Nobody's staying in them right now. We have 4 weeks rented for this coming summer, and I got smart this year. I don't know why it took me so many years to figure it out. I rented, and I do this a year out to be able to do this. I rented the cabin to where we would be in it over the 4th of July weekend, because the 4th of July weekend is the nightmare weekend. Now she's going the other way. The nightmare weekend where everybody literally is everywhere. So here, 4th of July doesn't matter. There's already tons of people in here. So I figured we may as well be in there over that holiday. And if you come out the Monday after the 4th of July, most of those people head home. So we're going to be hiding out in here over the 4th of July. We didn't do that last year. We went after the 4th of July, and we actually went before then. That is Linus Geyser right there. This whole group back in here. And then you go back this way to the wood line, back all the way through there. And there's Beehive Geyser right there. And there's the pre-vent over here. If you start seeing water splashing up out of here, that's an indicator that noise is me getting email. That's an indicator that Beehive is about to go off. And if you stand in this is the boardwalk. If you stand here, it depends on the direction of the wind, but anywhere from all the way over here to this little bridge, any section right in here, you can get soaked with the steam from the geyser, depending on the way the wind's blowing. So I've seen times where this whole area is clear because of that. You have to stand about here before you escape it. But this whole area will be clear, and I always walk down into there and just, you know, you're getting the actual water from underground. I think it's kind of cool. There's a couple over here, like right in here. Now she's going to go to the left. I wanted to get on camera when she did the cabin, so I could, you know, watch it anytime I want to. I don't know, it's just hard to explain. It makes me feel like summer, you know. It's just, there's the cabins. Wow. Those cabins, if you get the single cabin, there's 2 beds in it. Without a bathroom, there's a bathroom house, shower house. It's like $90 a night. But look where you're at. I mean, you're right at Old Faithful. And there's woods over here between the Geyser Basin and where the cabins start. So there's little paths through the woods, so you can come out the back of your cabin and just be right in the Geyser Basin right here. It's just amazing. Well, I think that's going to be the end of her. But that's Beehive. See, it looks like a beehive sticking up out of the ground. And man, when that thing, you ever see a fire hydrant go off? It looks like 10 fire hydrants shooting straight up into the air. And it does that for 5 minutes. It's an incredible thing. If you haven't seen it before, it just shocks you when you see it the first time. And when you're over here, you can feel the ground rumbling. I mean, you could feel it. Like a freight train. We're running out of time. We got almost 10 minutes on this video. She's focusing in on Beehive like it's going to go off, but I could see from those pre-vents that it's not ready to go off. You'd see it, you know, water squirting up out of there. And I don't see any, so. You got about 45 seconds and I have to upload this. I think I have a max of 11-minute video. We're clear.